If I could write a billion great poems with heartfelt words, this would still not give you all the praise that you deserve. What you deserve, we could never give you. There's no galaxy, there's no corner of space that could ever outlive you. And we ask, how did you? You told us from the start. You said that whenever you look at man, you stare at the heart, and you've taken everything into consideration. When you made the Chinese, the African, the Mexican, and the Malaysian, you said we are all the same at heart. Without your love and your light, we are all the same in the dark. I vow, and I hope, I can only hope to live to fulfill it. And I now bow and beg and hope my weak ability to praise you is sufficient, because the mission is to please you first. Anything other than that would be to leave you dispersed somewhere down the line. As if anything that I want could be more important than whatever it is that you're wanting me to do for my sake, so that I wait when its wickedness is over. When it's ridiculous, unnecessary, temporary roadblock to something that can never be stopped, like your will that has never shifted. And you are king over everything that has ever existed. But we, your minions, keep forming these ignorant opinions that we could save ourselves. And every day sin grows like hair all over our bodies, and we just need to shave ourselves bald-headed. Yeah, Paul said it. On you we should lean. But we like, a mí no comprende. Este mí no know what you mean. Continue to scheme. Don't pray, pretend we haven't heard. Look up in the sky and walk away and basically just flip God the bird through our actions. But it's no surprise there, because he watches every one of us. Hypnotized like the gold watch swung in front of us by Satan. Without using you as a foundation for a backbone or base, he got them bowing down to them 2,600 different ways from the waist, like a spiritual contortionist. But we're fortunate. You told us our portion could never be snatched like a thief, like those outside with the gnashing of teeth, if they do right. But we move like snails. We just sit there. Like, Lord, please don't fulfill that prophecy until I get there. And I've met mere dust who said they needed no one else. As if they had become a god unto themselves, and they were nothing, some rubbish, some stuff that you stepped on or left on a stove and burnt, thrown in the garbage, turned rotten 2 days later, forgotten. So many years ago, some of us would have still been in the fields picking cotton, but still we telling God that he got to wait. Made a little money, and now you think you're straight. Moved out the slums. That's why God said, I never did want you rich people, and I've just been getting the bums to come and dine with the king and his son. You could run, but you can't hide. Plus, you can't use a gun against God. So you're under mountain saying, please hide me from his wrath, that'll come cleanse this earth like a bath that's long overdue. To renew what he said when he promised the few that would make it. Here's my will to not do it, but be unruined. No matter who in the world asks you to sin, don't you do it. We must learn to navigate through this wickedness like fluid. Through the traps and the mazes, and the icebergs and the glazes that we can't see as we sail toward the Savior who made this whole world with his labor, where even prophets have grown homeless. And that's why I think you've overblown this thing about people living in a cardboard box or unloved, because you're living kind of hard with locks, scared of burglars who can come and just take what you got. That's why when God knocks, ditch it all. Maybe to some you blessed, but you ain't really rich at all, you bum. You, God, I ask you to bless the bums. And take note, because they don't even have a spiritual coat to wear. And they can't step out on faith because their feet are froze with fear. And there's snow and evil out there, Lord. I just ask you to let me feed your word to your fold in black and white that's like salt and pepper and good soup for the soul. And give me a Bible-sized ladder. Because the more of us in the boat, that make it easier to paddle towards your love. But they just keep calling us the bums, even though you care with us. Like you did in the Garden of Eden before you put the angel with the flaming sword to beware of us, but you was there with us. Before we got kicked out like we kick out kids that don't want to listen. Can't stay here no more, and we're going to miss them, but they got to go. Even before that happened, they had to know it was going to happen, but they did it anyway. Again, you tell us you could stay if you just heed the scriptures and stop the lust, but the dust. He don't want to listen to the maker. You don't want to trust in your promises. And we're amazed at all of these weak Nostradamuses trying to cure our spiritual ills at the pharmacy. It's like a Walgreens. I don't know where you go, but it means nothing to me. None of them can help you the way that God could do. And it always seems so hard to do in reality. Not holding anything back, but giving 100% spirituality. In fact, no trap was ever stacked against us as anyone as it is against us. 100 million demons on the cusp of entering your mind like a car door just to drive you crazy. Plus, throw you away when they finish. But my God will take you in his arms in a New York City minute because he's a merciful God. And it has to hurt him when the praise that he's due is given abroad to people who had nothing to do with your creation, with your being here, with your salvation, that you hold on to like friends you should have long ago cut loose, till you find yourself hanging from Satan's tree trying to scream, cut this noose. What's loose will eventually fall off. If I'm not in tight with God, that's my loss eventually, but sooner than I anticipate. If I don't participate in tightening up, I'm just lightening up. There's no other way to say it. Psyching myself up like I'm a winner when I'm losing. A sinner with Satan's venom so far up in me, I feel like a prostitute choosing again and again. But when it comes to my God, I never who, what, and when, because I know why. He's a merciful, 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 merciful. He's a merciful God.